Hi. We don't have anybody in here live yet because, as usual, I'm unannounced. So, for the replay crew, please don't forget to hit the like or the dislike, which I can't tell you what to think, but I would like it if you prefer it if you hit the like. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, it is Hump Day. It is Wednesday, March the 12th. Anyhow, just thought I'd pop on here and say hi to everybody. I do see some people starting to trickle in. So good morning. Gotta have my coffee this morning. Hey Susan. I am so glad to see you here. I haven't seen you on here in a long time. It's good to see you. How are you this morning? I'm just having my first morning coffee, so my brain is not quite awake yet, so please ignore me if I can't English today. Anyhow, Susan, do you have to work today? Or are you off today? I have to go to a celebration of life in a little while, so I figured I'd go ahead and jump in and say hi to everybody before I gotta start getting ready. And my eyes are really bothering me. Anyhow, my chat. Yeah, I kind of figured that between working and sleeping. Oh, good, you're off today? That's good. It means you get to hang out for a little bit, maybe. I got Jasper. I do have Jasper over here with me. He's just knocked out. I think he got loose last night at my parents' house. So they have a weak spot in their fence. The way their backyard is set up, you go down the steps onto the pool deck. And then from the pool deck, there's strips of grass on either side of it where the dogs can use the bathroom. Yeah, thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. But, there's strips of grass on either side where the dogs can go potty. So, but now if Jasper's not there, then they keep their back gate they keep the gate to the rest of the backyard open because their dog doesn't get out. Even though it's hi Travansky. Even though it's fenced, there's several weak spots in the fence. Well, their dog doesn't get out. Jasper, on the other hand, is the runner. But usually we'll close the gate when Jasper's there. And usually I can get to the gate before he does because he stops to sniff. But last night he didn't. He made a beeline for that gate and was out of the fence before I could get to him. Alright, one of my cats just took off like his tail's on fire. Anyway, here he goes off through the woods. I mean, I'm running after him, or trying to run after him. It's a steep hill going almost straight up. So I am trying to run after him. I'm back in the woods hollering for him. My mom and my sister, my dad, my daughter, all of them out there in the front, going around that side, going into the woods, hollering for him. Did he come for any of? Did he come for? He didn't come for me. Not for my mom, my sister, my dad, none of us. You know who he came back for? The kiddo. He came back for her, not for us. I was so mad at that dog. And no, Travansky, I've never heard a bird burp, which I don't think I have. And Sabrina would like to say hi. You talk? My cousin popped in here last night, Susan. She may pop in again. I don't know if she's up yet. She's got to go to the celebration of life, too. It's She is a distant enough cousin that we were friends before we knew we were related. We have been friends for 35 years now. Doesn't seem possible. But yes, the little escape artist. I, I, I was ready to strangle him. He is never allowed to give me a heart attack like that ever again. Right, Sabrina? Bree, say right. Yeah, thank you. She is very sweet, Susan. I don't know if y'all can hear her purring. She's purring away. I just purring away. This is my Velcro kitty. Oh, you can't hear her? Yeah, she's got a loud purr. She's got one of the, out of all of our cats, she's got one of the loudest purrs. And even though her face does not necessarily show it, she's usually a happy girl. Well, as long as she can be sitting on me. Or if she's getting attention from Scott. Right. Oh. Anyway. Looks like we got more people slowly trickling in. Yeah, I figured out a few days ago, or actually a while back, that you can schedule lives on YouTube, but what I couldn't figure out is once I've scheduled it, how do I get back into it to actually start it? I couldn't figure that out. No. You're a good girl. My little Velcro kitty. Now she's gonna bite my hands. Like I said, Jasper's over here. He's just knocked out. I ought to wake him up and make him stay up for running through the woods like that. But my mom said it's a good thing. My mom was the one out walking with my daughter when he came back for her. My dad, he said he's doing good. He's still of course he's still having some issues here and there with his the aftermath of cancer, I guess. But so far he's knock on wood, he's doing good. He's pretty much running circles around men half his age. What are you doing? Thought Jasper might pop in and say hi, but apparently he ain't gonna do it. But I'm sorry, my eyes are like super dry this morning. I need to put some drops in them. But yeah, my cousin popped in last night and surprised me. Well, I mean, it shouldn't have surprised me. She asked me for my link the other day, so I don't know why it surprised me, but it did. It's the first person I've known from real life that has popped in and said hi. Hey, Eric. Boy, Eric, what are you doing up? You either haven't been to bed yet or you're up really early. Which is it? Susan, I wish you could have been in here last night, Susan. We were having a blast with Papa. Papa was getting into all sorts of trouble in here. I don't know how many times. I think Eric wound up timing him out like 15 times. You're a night owl with insomnia and stay up late. I understand that. I would be that. I still stay up late, but I would probably stay up even later if it wasn't for the fact that I have to take my daughter to school. Yeah, Susan, I bet you do. And I know Papa probably misses you. But Papa is still being Papa. And of course, he proposed to my cousin. What are you doing? And actually, I texted my cousin after the live was over, and I said, "Well, what'd you think of our little chat crew?" She said, "Y'all are a hoot." She had a blast in here. So I am betting she will be back. Sorry, my chat freezes sometimes. So I'm just trying to make sure it's not freezing. Oh, got my eyes. But we normally do get trolls this early in the morning. Oh, thank you, Susan. Y'all, you will love her. She's like I said, she has no filter, and she fit right in. You can ask Eric. She just fit right in with us last night, like she'd always been here. Even though she was trying to tell stories on me about when we were growing up. I told her I got just as many stories on her. Oh. And were you, Eric? It was on for an hour. I actually went for over 2 hours last night. I think that's the longest solo live that I've done. Normally, they're only about an hour. Maybe 2 hours, if that. But, sorry, one of the cats is playing with something that's hilarious. I was on for about 2 hours, like 15 minutes or so. I was trying to wait for Jen to go live, but then finally I gave up. I don't mean to keep sniffling y'all's ear, but these seasonal allergies are killing me. If it does, it goes fast. It goes fast when you're having fun. Then again, I run out of things to say, and then I'm just sitting there staring at the screen like. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my eyes. As always. I always feel like Sharon was fun last night. She had fun. Yeah, she did. She had fun. And like I said, Eric, you remind me so much of her son. Even though you're 10 years older than he is, but you remind me so much of him. He's a good kid. And even though I know he's not a kid, I know that, but to me he'll always be a kid. Like Sharon said last night, I was there when that boy was born. Yeah, he does. He has high functioning autism. He's engaged. He's not married yet, but he is engaged to be married. This girl that he's engaged to is, yeah, he's 10 years younger. The girl that he is engaged to is, she's, I can tell you, she is the love of his life. She's, they have gotten together and broken up more times than I can count. Oh yeah, Eric, I mean, Susan, I forgot about that. I know you told me that and I forgot. But, finally this time he proposed, and I'm kind of hoping it sticks this time because they're so cute together. I told her she said that he might pop in here sometime, so hopefully he does. I'll have to get him to tell me his username so I know to watch for him. Sorry. I'm gonna mute for just 1 second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I didn't want to cough in y'all's ear. But, well, hello, Bella. Oh, I forgot to tell our chat group, Susan, I forgot to tell them I was going live. Oh well. Sometimes, usually they see it anyway. But I think maybe tomorrow. My daughter's out of school Friday for a teacher in service day. And she's got a half a day tomorrow. I think maybe tomorrow I might go do a live at the battlefield. Yeah, I was tired when I was on Chin's live. I was. And I'm still tired. Didn't get much sleep. I think I'm going to need lots of caffeine today. I don't know about y'all, but most energy drinks make me jittery. They make me just kind of shaky. Plus, I'm kind of hesitant about drinking many of them because my cousin my cousin survived a brain aneurysm because of. I mean, he had a brain aneurysm because of drinking so many Red Bulls. So after that, I'm really hesitant to drink, especially the Red Bulls. The only ones I found that don't give me the jitters, and I only drink them every now and then, not enough to make a difference, is those little 5-hour energy drinks. They actually do wake me up without causing the jitters. So I think I'm gonna go get me one later. Oh. But yeah, last night Sharon at first was going by her first initial, or Grace, which her username is Grace Redeemed. I said, I'm having so much trouble not saying your name. She said, and she's like, she's like, what? She said, I'll just go ahead and out myself. I'm Sharon. Anyway, it's kind of a different feeling to have somebody that actually knows me in real life. Am I need extra sleep tonight? Well, I'm gonna try, but when you have a not quite an almost 6-year-old running around, sometimes that's not exactly possible. But I'm definitely gonna try. I hope y'all don't mind. I'm going to step outside. If the smoking bothers y'all, let me know, please. But it's kind of cold outside, so I'm thinking maybe that'll help wake me up some. My little one, the school nurse gave her this little duck last night. Itty bitty little duck. It's probably like that big, if that. And with my vision issues, I have trouble seeing the thing. It's so small. Well, thank you, Susan. She woke up this morning to having an absolute meltdown. I forgot something. Because she couldn't find that duck. It's the size of a pencil eraser. It may not even be that big. And, well, when I was getting her, I was in the laundry room. I'd washed and dried some of her clothes last night. So I was in the laundry room getting her clothes out of the dryer. Next thing I know, she runs back there and wakes Scott up to look for this duck. It's like you can't be waking people up for that. She does it all the time. And we're trying to break her from it. But anyway, well, if I could quit dropping my jacket here. Woke him up to look for this duck. She's having a meltdown. You would have. That's the cats, y'all. You would have thought she lost her. You would have thought she lost her best friend or something the way she was carrying on. Finally, I told her, so look, we've still got to get ready for school. You've got to go to school. yeah, we go to get in the van. Guess what was in her car seat? Or in her booster seat? Yeah. She just thought she brought that duck inside last night. I don't think Scott was real happy when he realized she woke him up to look for something that wasn't even in the house. There we go. I don't know if Jasper will come out with me or not. I don't think he's digging the cold. Or did I miss somebody? I must have missed a troll. Yes, he was in the booster seat all along. Thank you, Susan, for catching that. I appreciate both of y'all being in here modding. Susan, you're not going to believe this. Uh, Eric actually beat Jason to a few trolls last night. I didn't think anybody was faster than Jason on the trolls. Oh, Susan, I gotta tell you something funny. I don't know if you were in here for this one the other day. Um, sorry if I'm telling you something I've already told you, but last night, or not last night, a few days ago, it was one day last week, I was doing a stream, a morning stream like this one. Papa popped in. Hi, Cadbury. Welcome in. Anyway, Papa popped in, and Jason didn't know who he was. First thing he said when he popped in, he said, "Filing reports on Dawn," like he always does. And Jason hit him. It's like, no, unhide Papa. At least Jason was a really good sport about it. He's actually, he's been laughing at it himself. But yeah, soon he popped in and Jason hit him right off the bat. Cadbury, it's nice to meet you. Where are you chatting from? It was hilarious. I was like, no, Pop, bring Papa back. Of course, now Papa tells everybody, so poor Papa, he gets timed out in Jen's live, timed out my live, and he got hidden on my live from in my chat. Oh, and Crafty sent me a bunch of yarn, so I've actually been watching some YouTube how-to things, and I've started knitting a little bit. I think what I'm gonna knit first is just like a anytime pop out anytime. Poor little Papa. Anyway, I started knitting a little bit, and I think the first thing I'm gonna knit is like a little scarf for some of the kiddos' dolls. Yeah, it was really nice of her, and it was. I mean, I knew she was sending me some yarn, but I didn't know she was sending me so much. She sent me a whole bunch of yarn, and she even included some things in there for a little one. She had this little dragon thing. I guess she had linked together. I don't know how exactly she made it. Yeah, you did for 1 minute. That's what we normally timed him out for 1 minute in Jen's chat. But we have she included this little dragon thing that it kind of linked together. When you set it down, you could it was like a I guess like a kimono dragon or something. And when you picked it up, its little tail would wave and stuff, or does wave. And she was playing. That was her favorite thing that she was sent. There's a couple things in there I think were even for Jasmine. Because they look like it's she knitted a baby, like what looks like a baby rattle. So I think that's for Jasmine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell my oldest that Sharon popped in here last night. That's to her. That's Aunt Sharon. She's so talented. Her and Pup Groomer and Antics, they all kind of got me inspired to start knitting. I had actually forgotten that Antics was had some teaching things on how to knit. I may have to go and watch them. But yeah, I'm gonna have to tell the oldest that Sharon popped in here last night. 'Cause that's her Aunt Sharon. That's what she calls her. She's always called her Aunt Sharon. And Sharon even said last night, "Oh, I gotta see my girl. That's always been her girl. She had boys. She had all boys. She has three. She actually had four boys, but one of them was stillborn. All of them born in August. The one that was stillborn was actually born in July, but had he been full term, he would have been born in August too. But so her youngest is the same age as my oldest. She had them every 2 years. She had boys every 2 years, so they're the ones that they are now 22, 26, and 28. And the other one would have been 24. Yes, she is. She's growing like a little weed. She's trying to push herself up now. I'm gonna have to send you a picture. She's trying to push herself up to crawl. Sure, Eric. So you can tell us about it. I've never actually been on Twitch, so I don't know anything about it. But so my oldest grew up with her boys. They were raised as cousins, which they are distantly. But I remember one time when I think, well, I can say my oldest name. I've said it on here before. I think Holly was around. I don't know. She's probably about 2, maybe 3. And I had taken her over to Sharon's house to play with the boys, and they were sitting watching a movie. Sharon and I were sitting there talking, like in the same room, but kind of off to the side. And we weren't really paying that close of attention to them because they were watching the movie. So we looked over. Holly had Sharon's oldest, and she was hugging him in a chokehold. Poor kid, I think, and he couldn't breathe. It's like you have to let go of him. She said, "But I love him." I said, "But you have to let go of him. He has to breathe." "But mommy, I love him." It was Sharon and I still joke about that. We still give Holly a hard time about that one, and she's almost 23 now. So yeah, her. I actually ran into her, the 26-year-old, the middle one. Yeah, it was a love hold. I ran into her middle one not long ago, and his dad was a kind of a big guy. Not very. He was short, stout, but Sharon is almost as tall as I am. So he's got Sharon's height, but he's stout like his daddy. And he came over to me. Yeah, I almost didn't recognize him because it's been a while since I've seen him, and he's grown his hair out and colored it, and had gained some weight, a little bit of weight since I'd seen him. So I almost didn't recognize him. So he called me by name. He calls me his aunt, Aunt Alicia. I turned around and looked. No, said his name, which I won't say on here, but Savannah hadn't. Sorry, I keep forgetting not to say her name. The kiddo hadn't seen him since she was a baby, like a baby. And she didn't remember him. She was so confused when this big guy came over there and was hugging me. That's how this looked like. Who's that? Hey, Brian. Good morning. Yeah, she looked awfully confused when he came over and was hugging me. She's like, who is this big guy hugging my mama? AI Trump and Biden being rude to his viewers. Oh, yeah, that would be funny. But, Brian, I was just telling them my cousin actually popped in here last night. It's the first person I've had pop in that actually knows me in real life. And she had a blast. We were harassing Papa Smurf. You know, Eric hit him a few times. It was pretty funny. I even texted her after the live and said, what'd you think of our little chat crew? And she said, y'all are a hoot. Yeah, I'm sure she will be back. She also subbed to Jen. I don't think she wasn't in Jen's chat last night because we both have a celebration of life we have to go to today. Our Hey Sophia. Yeah, so when we were in high school there was four of us actually. Yesterday was a long day, so I was asleep. I don't blame you. Hey Miracle. Miracle says hi, y'all. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. When we were in high school, there was four of us that were always together. The other two, we just used their initials because I don't have their permission yet to say their names on here. One was Kat was a K. Oh, thank you, Brian. One was K, the other one was a B. But B, she's kind of drifted away. We keep up with her through Facebook, but that's about it. She's kind of just doing her own thing. You know, she works all the time from what I can tell on Facebook, so we don't hear from her. But Kay, on the other hand, the three of us are still pretty close. And Kay's dad passed away Sunday. He was like another dad to all of us. You know, if you were friends with his kids, he just took you on as another kid. Anyway, his celebration of life is today, and Kay she's really struggling with it. So anyway, we're both going to go try to support her through that. But anyway, yeah, so so at least Kay's dad did get to see my granddaughter because the day that Holly and my oldest and the baby were coming home, he was being released from the hospital too, and we just happened to be outside at the same time. Are you dressing up for the relation of life? Yeah, well, nice shirt and jeans probably. That's how I roll. And Kay knows that. She's fine with it. Yeah, losing your first guy is never easy. I dread that day so bad. Now Kay has lost both of her parents. My cousin, the one I, the other, like I said, we were friends before we knew we were cousins. Sharon that popped in here last night. She's lost both of her cats. And both her cats. I saw Susan's comment as I said that she's lost both of her parents. So, yeah, I'm dreading that day. Your old cat and the new one are finally getting along. That's good, Susan. Usually it does happen with time. Now, I have two that have been together for 8 years. Oh, happy early birthday to her, Eric. Yeah, I have two that have been in the same house for almost 8 years, and they still hate each other with a passion. Actually, Sabrina's one of them, and then the other one is our orange cat, Milo, which he's been on here maybe once or twice, but... Oh. Brian, you missed the story last night. Jasper had a little adventure and tried to give me a heart attack We were at so yesterday was my mom's birthday. You know, she wanted a spaghetti dinner at home for her birthday, so that's what we did. And I took, of course, took Jasper over there with me. Well, they're sorry, I'm trying to keep the glare off of my face. They're the way their backyard is, you go off their porch onto the pool deck, and there's strips of grass on either on the strips of grass beside the pool deck where the dogs can go potty. So usually, now their dog, see the rest of the rest of the yard in the back is fenced in, but there's several weak spots in the fence because it's like super old. They've had that fence since they moved in 1978. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to keep the glare off my face and keep Miracle from headbutting the phone. Um, but anyway, there's weak spots in the fence. Their dog doesn't get out. He doesn't care to. He's he's at the age now where he's almost 13 years old. So anything that requires effort, he's not into it. And even when he was younger, even if he was always very good at staying within the yard. We can let him out into the front yard. It's not fenced, then he doesn't go anywhere. Jasper, on the other hand, is a runner. Well, so usually what we do is we close the gate to the pool area that keeps them on the pool deck. Well, what I have been able to do in the past is Jasper stops and sniffs so much that I usually can let him out and then go close the gate before he even makes it over there. Well, last night he didn't stop to sniff, and he made a beeline for the gate, got to it before I could, and before I could even blink, he was over the fence. He was out of the yard and into the woods behind the yard. So here I am climbing over this fence with my 47-year-old self trying to climb through these woods that haven't been walked through in 35 years because it's not easy to access. We used to play back there as kids, but now the neighbor changed his fence to where not just not because of the kids, but he just when he changed his fencing, we couldn't really get back there. So anyway, here I am going through the woods trying to hollering for this dog. He got out of sight. My my mom, my dad, my sister, and the kiddo were all um, in the front yard or in the front going because the woods come around. They come around the several houses and come out at the end of the street. So they were going up there to try to catch him. I'm in the back in the woods hollering for him. He's still running. My mom hollers. Wouldn't come for her. My dad wouldn't come for him. My sister wouldn't come for her. Would y'all like to know who this dog finally came back to? He came back for the kiddo. She hollered for him and he came back. I was so mad at him. Then I think it took me longer to get out of the woods. Literally the few feet that I went into the woods because there were so many briars and everything. Because like I said, nobody's been back there in like 35 years. I was ready to strangle that dog. But at least we got him back. And so I told him he is not allowed to have any more adventures and give Mom a heart attack ever again. And now he just wants to sleep all morning. Look at that. He wore himself out last night. Yeah, of course, the kid's just that feral energy he respects. Yep. That I always knew that was that she considers her his girl, but um, he made that real clear last night. What's funny is when my oldest was growing up, we had a dog that if she got loose, she wouldn't come for me or anybody else, but she would come for my daughter. Her name was Smokey, and I remember she was probably still a puppy when she got loose the first time, and it was over at Mom and Dad's. Not and this time it wasn't their fence. It was just she wiggled out of it was either my arms or whoever had her. She got out of our arms. Well, I called her. She kept a trotting. My mom called her. She kept a trotting. My daughter went out there, put her hands on her hips, and stomped that little foot and said, "Smokey, get back here." She turned around and came right on back. Like, are you serious? But anyway, so yesterday was an adventure. That poor Jasper. Poor persecuted puppy. My chat freezes sometimes. Just trying to make sure it didn't freeze. But yeah, I was ready to strangle him. My mom said it's a good thing that she said it's a good thing he came back for her because the fit, I was going up the hill that went like that way, but they were going up the part of the hill that went this way. Sorry. My mom said it's a good thing he came back for her because she said there was no way I was making it up that hill. Our Jackie, listen, is a feral savage in the family, Sophia? I don't. I can kind of see that in a way, in a good way. But anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired and my allergies are bothering me. Oh, might have to take a little nap before the celebration of life. But anyway, yeah. So that was our adventure of yesterday. Yesterday was actually kind of just a rough day all around. It started out with us oversleeping, and my daughter was 15 minutes late to school, which I don't think she's been tardy before. She might have been one other time. Can I help you? Then Jasper getting loose, and plus some other stuff that happened yesterday. So yeah, yesterday was kind of a rough day, but we made it. Now it's hump day. My daughter has a half day of school tomorrow, and then she's out for a 3-day weekend. Can I help you? Oh. This is what I think I've told y'all before. When Miracle wants attention, she makes sure that she wants attention. That she headbutts me in the face and everything else. Don't you? Are you? Yeah. Oh. But yeah, that was our day yesterday. Hopefully today goes better. So far, so good. Knock on wood here. There's wood over here. It's a wood table. But it'll be kind of a busy afternoon though. We got the celebration of life, which I'm going to have to leave just a little bit early because I have to pick up the kiddo and then get my husband and get him to the psychiatrist. We only have one vehicle, so my mom offered to loan us. You love your feral. Hey, it works. You're you definitely make that work very well, Sophia. That's why. Sorry, something I realized that saw something on my foot. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, we love your feral too, Sophia. um, and before I forget, if you haven't hit the like, please hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm super close to 300 subscribers. Then it's on to our goal of 500. Because for those who may not know, I've said this several times, there was a certain person in my real life, which would be the guy sleeping in the next room, says that I would never be able to get my channel monetized. I just don't see it happening. So I've got to prove him wrong, because I am Petty Betty. See, I kind of think that he might have said that just to motivate me to prove him wrong. But either way, I've got to prove him wrong now. I've got to get the channel monetized. So if it's the last thing I do, and y'all have been like so super helpful, all of y'all. I so appreciate your help in getting that done. You know, proving your idiot wrong is good motivation. Exactly. So, like I said, I kind of think he might have you're an all-time subscriber count of 418 at the moment. That's awesome, Brian. You really are getting close to that 500. So, y'all don't forget to drop your links in here. Yeah, yeah. When I'm monetized, I'll have memberships. So then I'll have to come up with some membership only stuff. And plus, when I get monetized, when I get to that 500 and the 3,000 watch hours that I still need, um, I'll be able to do merch. And of course, y'all know my merch is probably gonna have Jasper's face on it, and the kitty cats. Anyhow, I have come up with some intro songs to use on my lives, but I don't know how just yet to link them to the live, and especially when I'm on the phone. I thought about I could just play it I'm on my laptop. I could just play it on the phone. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. Sorry. And y'all, if the links do not show as being clickable, just wait until the live ends and the live chat will repopulate. Which you would, to do that, you need to get to the live chat, because I didn't know for the longest time how to get to the live chat. Yeah, thank you, Eric. You just go where it hits comment, where it says comments, and swipe it to the left. It'll say live chat replay. Just touch that. And anyway, come back and get the links. So and for those of you who are on replay, just tap the cat lays away being feral too. It is. Speaking of cat lady, this is the Miracle, the one-eyed wonder kitty. Yeah, I know I told y'all her name, but that's her nickname, the one-eyed wonder kitty. But anyhow, if y'all are on replay, for the replay crew, just go to the live chat replay and check out the links here. We always want to make sure we support each other. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the glare out. And also, see, the kiddo is getting a surprise for her birthday next month. She has been begging for Papa on replay. Go to the corner. I don't know if Papa will be on replay, but he might. But for the kiddo has been begging to get a bird. And at first we were telling her no because of the cats. But we have now figured out a way to keep the cats away from them. The cats are not allowed in her bedroom. So actually, and only one cat is allowed in the other bedroom, but that's a whole different story. So the cats are not allowed in her bedroom. So we're gonna get her a couple birds for her birthday, and they're gonna stay in her bedroom. So I thought I had a good cage for them, but it turns out that the cage is really not right. So I'm still hunting for the perfect bird cage. My best friend, the one that we're calling Kay, she's trying to help me. She's been trying to help me find a bird cage, which I think is a good distraction for her while she's in the grief process. I think from what she said today, Um, the casket will not be there. They're gonna just take the casket onto the graveside and have a graveside service. But this is just a celebration of life with pictures and things like that. But anyhow, my eyes are bothering me. I'm sorry until I haven't done my eye drops this morning. What do y'all think? Jasper. Jasper. He's not gonna wake up. Look at this. He is still zonked out. It looks like he's melting. Oh, cute little Jasper. But yeah, my mom's dog I was talking about. The weird thing is, he used to be my dog, but before he was my, but before he was my dog, my cousin Sharon that came in here, poor tuckered out pupper. My cousin Sharon that was in here last night. My mom's dog, his name is Bugs. She got him from me, but I got him from Sharon. He was only a year and a half old when I got him, and then we kept him until, like I said, just life circumstances. I couldn't take care of him for a little while, and so my mom got him. Oh. But anyway, guys, so do y'all have anything exciting planned for today or for this week? Jasper's a good boy, he tries to be. If he would just not run, if he wasn't a runner, he would be. And if he would, we got to work on his recall because he doesn't want to come back even when he's not loose. He doesn't want to come back when I call him all the time. So we got to work on his recall. But those two, if it weren't for those two things, he would be just about the perfect dog. I keep apologizing to my neighbors because he likes to get out there and raise Cain. So I've apologized to several of them. One neighbor told me, he said, he's a good alert dog. He said that nobody's going to sneak up on you, that's for sure. Right, Jasper? Say right. Going to the coast and a cafe. Also finishing the straps for the top. Oh, cool. I want to go to the coast. Take me with you. It's too bad we're not in the same country. And a cafe. There's some little cafes around here, but I haven't been to one in a long time. Hey, Thanos. So, yeah, Susan, I hear you on that. I need to clean house too, but I don't want to either. Sophie, I'd love it. Yes, spam me with pictures. My email is my username at Gmail. So just Miss Sunrise Dawn at Gmail. So Thanos, where are you chatting from? Welcome in. And for anybody that might not have anybody that might not be subscribed, please make sure you're subscribed. And yes, I definitely really need to clean. I've got to clean this house up. Even though my child tries to be. Know what, Thanos? Anyway, even though my child tries to be more organized than me, she still tends to make a mess. Your husband would say that you do. I'm not very nice. Sometimes I tell Scott, I'm one of those that tells Scott if he wants it, Thanos, you're not making sense, buddy. If you want something done, well, it's like, well, then you do it. I'm busy at the moment. Oh. Thank you, Eric. Exactly, Sophia. That's what I was kind of getting at. Oh, my eyes. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to. I know it gets old watching me rub at my eyes, but they're bothering me. Exactly, Susan. You say yes. Anyway, I don't remember what I was going to say now. My thought train just left the station without me. I can tell you I haven't had enough coffee, and this was my last coffee pod, y'all. My last coffee pod. Means I gotta steal some of Scott's now, and he has a different flavor than me. Let me just let me change it. It's not that necessarily has a different flavor than me, because Scott just likes regular coffee, and I like the flavored coffee. Like this is caramel pecan, I think. It's one of my favorites. But I may have to steal one of his regular ones. Tell you're busy when he thinks you should do something. Uh, yeah, sometimes. If it's something that I know he can easily do, and he wants me to come do it, I'm like, oh, I'm in the middle of this, or I'm in the middle of that. You know. Oh, sorry, y'all. That was another thing. Is Scott and I had a another reason that yesterday was so rough is that Scott and I were arguing, and I hate when we argue. Even though we were fine by the end of the day, we always make sure we never go to bed mad. But we have had to stay up a really really long time before to make sure that didn't happen. But we don't go to bed mad at each other. But still, it makes for a rough day, especially because it upsets the kiddo. And we try not to argue in front of her, but sometimes it just can't be avoided. So I'm hoping it's with Scott's bipolar. He has mood swings and stuff. It just gets I try to remember sometimes. I really do try to remember that it's his bipolar talking and not him. But sometimes that's easier said than done. And it's especially upsetting when the kiddo's here, and it upsets her when we argue. She hates it, and I don't blame her. It breaks my heart when she'll say, "Mommy and Daddy, remember you love each other." Like, yes, we can love each other, but argue. We can argue and still love each other. Anyway, well, yes, and it can still hurt. It does. And see, that's one of the things that Scott doesn't seem to understand. Yeah, it does. That's exactly right, Susan. One of the things that Scott doesn't seem to understand is sorry doesn't magically take away the hurt feelings. Even though sorry, apologizing is a really big, important first step to getting back to okay, he doesn't understand why sometimes, afterwards, my feelings will still be hurt. And he's like, well, I said I'm sorry, but and yes, and that's great, but that doesn't take away from, that doesn't, can I help you? But that doesn't magically make the hurt go away. Yes. Apparently Miracle wants to talk instead of me, or she's telling me I'm talking too much. This is what she does when she wants attention. Is he working on his? Yeah, actually, he has his first appointment with a psychiatrist today to get his meds adjusted, and he may. We're gonna see if they um, recommend counseling or whatever. So yeah, it's starting today. which this appointment has already been set for a while. And then he's asking me last night, do you think it's important that I go to that appointment tomorrow? Duh. Hey, Sandy. It's good to see you. But, so yeah, our day today is going to be, going to this celebration of life, having to leave early, going to get the kiddo, coming back to get the husband, and getting him to his doctor's appointment. So it's going to be a wild afternoon, too. Anyway, I hate to do this since Sandy just got here, but I was actually just fixing to wrap things up, Sandy. Been on for about an hour. Yeah, it's happy wife, happy life after all. Exactly. I tried to tell him that. But, anyway, you guys, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up where I can get a few things done before I have to go to the celebration of life. And if I can figure out what is going on with my eyes. Alright, but I love you guys. Like I always say, remember, if you see somebody without a smile, make sure you give them one of yours, because that smile, you don't know what that smile might mean to them. And I love you guys. I'll see you in the chat. And I don't know if I'm going to stream again today, but I probably will tomorrow. I may even go live from the battlefield tomorrow, so we'll see what the weather does. Y'all have a great rest of your day or night or whichever, whatever it may be where you are.